Colonel Conrad Reynolds. Colonel, welcome back to the Lindell Report. Appreciate your being with us.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm in a car going to a quorum court meeting here in Arkansas, trying to meet some of the JPs in another county.
Okay, good for you. Well, we won't keep you. I think I did. You're the gentleman I interviewed from the desk at the Moment of Truth Summit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You sure did.
And now you're making news because several people have sent me the article. In fact, I posted it up over at worldviewreport.com. You guys remember that's the aggregated news website, keeps track of the news. Worldviewreport.com. And I put up there, here we go, court votes to remove voting machines from election. Turns to paper ballots and hand counting only over at the Western Journal, and they're talking about a county in Arkansas. That's
That's
Cleburne
right.
County, right?
That is Cleveland County. Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
Oh, man, this was great. Well, I started an organization. I'm the CEO of the Arkansas Voter Integrity Initiative. And we started this last year, a few months ago, in order to try to take advantage of an Arkansas law that we have where the quorum court can actually vote for paper ballots and get rid of the machine. But the problem we had is, again, they don't know. They don't know what how the machines work. They don't know the voting process, and so it's a you got to explain to them why these machines are really vulnerable. So that's what we've been doing for the last several months is educating the justices of the peace, the county clerk, the election commissioners, to try to get them on our side to understand that we must get rid of machines. We've got to go back to paper ballots, hand marked, hand counted paper ballot. And that takes a one on one effort. And that's what we've been doing over the last couple of months. And we actually got Cleveland County to vote to get rid of machines. And that's going to be the first of 75 counties. We've got 74 more to go.
You are quoted in this article over at Western Journal as saying, quote, these voting machines, which are really just computers, do not follow U.S. or Arkansas election laws, which clearly state that the voters have the right to verify that their votes are properly being represented when entered into the tabulation computer, end quote. Arkansas Voter Integrity Initiative CEO Colonel Conrad Reynolds said in a December 19th press release, quote, we are told by election officials to check the names on the ballot summary card before we cast it into the tabulator. But the tabulator does not read the printed names on the ballot summary card. It only reads the barcodes. I don't read barcode. So I can't verify that my vote was properly recorded, end quote, Reynolds added. So you're saying the machines are a violation of state law.
That's exactly right. Not only state law, but we think federal law. And we have a lawsuit that we started last month, and we're going to see how it goes. But we are suing the Secretary of State office. We're suing the State Board of Election Commissioners and ES&S because we believe that the machines do not match the letter of the law. And Arkansas law basically just took what federal law says out of the HAVA Act, and they put it in state law. So if we win here in the state of Arkansas, that has implications across the United States. That if we win, then all other states can use what we've done here in Arkansas to get rid of machines there as well.
Absolutely. Where is the new governor of Arkansas on this?
I have not talked to Governor Huckabee Sanders. Don't know for sure, but she's a conservative, and I think that she'll probably be with us. I hope she is.
Yeah. Have you been subpoenaed by any of these voting machine companies? Have you been sued by any of them? Have you received a letter of intimidation by any of them?
Not yet. Haven't heard anything from them. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Have
But
you filed your lawsuit against ES&S yet?
oh yes, it's been filed, and from my understanding, they've already been served, and so we've already got a judge that's been appointed. So we're waiting for a hearing date, but it's going to happen.
And what are you specifically suing for?
This is so black and white. Well, we're suing because under federal law and state law, you have to be able to know that the person you're voting for is on that ballot before you cast that ballot, that it's going to be counted. And if the machine only counts barcode, then there's no way for me to be able to verify that. So that right there, black and white, says no, it's not.
So when do you anticipate this going to trial? Like, I guess you're going to do depositions and whatnot first?
Yep. Well, I'm sure they're going to put in a motion to dismiss. We've got to get past that, of course. I'm not the attorney. We have a great attorney called, his name is Clint Lancaster. Clinton Lancaster worked very close with Justice Gableman up in Wisconsin. He's a very, very savvy attorney here in Arkansas. We're glad to have him, and he is representing my organization, ArkansasBII.org, representing us in this lawsuit. And we think that we've got a really, really good shot at winning. And again, it'll have national implications when we do.
Have you
By the
asked?
way,
Have you asked in discovery for anything yet? In your lawsuit, have you started discovery and asked for? Have you subpoenaed them for any records or anything yet?
not yet, not yet, because we got to get through that first motion, but not yet. But we think we will. But I will tell you that we've gotten support already, and I really appreciate it from Kerry Lake, from Wendy Rogers, and also President Trump has weighed in on ours as well. Very supportive of it. So we're excited here in Arkansas because we think we can change every county just by the quorum court. But we also have the lawsuit, so we've got two angles that we're going at it.
Excellent. Okay, so before you go, because I know you got to go to a meeting, this is the county that decided to do this, right?
That's right. Each county has the authority under Arkansas state law to determine if they're going to have machines or not.
And where is Cleburne County?
Cleburne County is approximately 90 miles north of Little Rock. So Little Rock is dead center of the state. If you go 90 north, you're going to hit Cleburne County.
Okay.
Springs.
Okay. Now, are you meeting tonight with others to try to help them understand this so they can do this in their county?
Yes. Yeah. What I've done is I tried to go to the quorum courts.
Wait a minute. Let me just stop right there. You say quorum courts. Explain what that means to the listener.
Like this is think of it like, a city's got a city council and a mayor. Well, the counties that we have a quorum court, which is like a county council. And instead of a mayor, they have a county judge. It's not a judge of law. It's like a senior executive of the county.
Okay.
And they respond for the roads, for the schools, for the sheriff's department pay and all that. So, those are the terminologies we use here in Arkansas, which are a little bit different in other states.
So in other states, they might call it your county commissioners.
Right. Yeah. You could say that.
Okay.
You could say that.
And you call it what now?
And they're,
I'm
sorry.
In Arkansas, you don't call it county commissioners. You call it what?
We call it the quorum court.
The quorum
and they're
court.
made up of the piece, JPs for each of their districts. Every county in the state of Arkansas is divided into districts. And we have between 9 and I think 11 justices of the peace for each county, depending on their population and how they're divided. And they all have a county clerk and they all have a county judge. And that's how they administer the services to that county.
Excellent. And so you're going around meeting with them individually.
You better believe it. It's one of those things that you just have that face to face and talk with people because it's slow go, but that's how we win the hearts and minds. Because when you talk about the machines and what they don't know, like for example, most people don't really understand that these machines only count barcodes. They don't understand that. So you got to show them a ballot and you show them, look, and they go, I never remember seeing that barcode. Right. But once you start talking to them about it, then they understand the logic kicks in and they go, you're right. We've got to go to something else. We've got to go to a paper ballot that's not counterfeitable, that you cannot counterfeit it. And that's what we're showing them, that we can do it.
You're working on that technology, right?
Yeah, actually, it's a ballot. The ballot that we're showing them is the ballot that was already developed by Authentic. It's a company out of Dallas, Texas. And it was one that Arizona was going to use, but they couldn't get it through fast enough through their state legislature to approve it. But it's a ballot that's already been designed for Arizona, the paper actually. It's got a watermark. It's got security features that are built into the paper. It's not like the paper of 30 years ago that could be easily copied and go down to Staples and make a bunch of copies. This cannot be copied, cannot be counterfeited. And so that's what we're trying to push here in Arkansas.
And that would be your official ballot, no machines, just that official, non-counterfeitable ballot.
That's correct. That's what would be marked. That's what would be hand counted. And we think that is the solution. That is the only solution And we can do it all under a camera. You can do it with live stream, so that so that everybody's assured that this election was transparent, accountable, and fair. And guess what? We'll have more people voting, because
Absolutely.
then this is a nonpartisan thing. This is a patriotic thing, and that's what I'm fighting for. I spent 30 years in the Army as an intelligence officer, and I will tell you, you cannot have a country that loses faith in its election process. And that's why I'm fighting right here in Arkansas to get it right.
And you retired as a full colonel.
I did.
Wow.
And I loved
Congratulations.
it. I do it again.
Wow.
And I'm serving my country, my fellow countrymen right now as well.
Wow, you
But
sure are.
I want to say, we're not focusing on past elections. We're not focusing on anything else, because I ran for Congress here in Arkansas, and people want to make it about me. It's not about my election or anything else. It's about the future. It's about fair elections in the future that everybody can trust. That's what it's about.
Absolutely. I don't know why we don't have his website up on the screen, but I want to give out your website a couple times so the good folks of Arkansas and others maybe watching across the country who want to mimic your great work can do that. What's your website again?
It is Arkansas V as in Victor, VII.org. Arkansas VII.org. I'll be glad to talk to anybody. Send me, go to our website. We have an email on there. Our email is arkansasvii@gmail.com. Okay, and you can send me an email. We're trying to raise money. Can I put this in here real quickly? It's all about raising money. This lawsuit alone is probably going to cost us $1 million.
Wow.
I've got some helping me. They're helping me with this lawsuit. But I will tell you, I've got a donor that said the first $100,000 you get, I'll match. So for anybody who goes under our website, and $5, $10, whatever you can do to help us, because if we win it here in Arkansas, it is going to have national implications. So I'm asking people to help us here.
Excellent. ArkansasVII.org.
You got it.
All right.
That's
Now,
exactly
Colonel,
right.
thank you for all you're doing. Will you stay in touch? You got my text. Stay in touch. We'd like to get regular updates as this moves through the courts.
We absolutely will.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you, Colonel.
Bye-bye.
Colonel
God bless.
Conrad Reynolds.